Hi, thanks for being here. You're listening to A Conversation with Jordan. That's me. I hope you enjoy the episode. Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I hope you're doing well. That's a phrase I say often to people online. I hope you're doing well. But I do hope so. I genuinely do. And if you're not, that's not a shameful thing to not be doing well. It's okay if you're not doing well. But I don't know. Sometimes I'm the kind of person who, regardless of what life is looking like, as soon as I take a broader perspective and jump into the big perspective of life, I just come back to this realization that, man, it's a blessing to get to be alive. And that's the simplest thought of, just getting to be alive today in itself is the greatest gift I could ask for. Even if being alive is means you're alive in a tough season, you're still alive. You're still living, and there's so many people that love you, and there's so many good things to experience if you put yourself in that place. Just go watch nature do its thing. If you're having a rough day, go outside and watch the bees jump to flower, collecting nectar and making the world go round. Watch the clouds roll through the sky. If it's raining, watch the raindrops and how they splash on the ground. There's so much to observe and genuinely take in and be grateful for in life, even if it's really hard. So anyway, hi, that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts going on a tangent in the very beginning of this podcast. If you're watching the video podcast, I'm in my office. I just had my camera set up here and decided not to switch it, so welcome to the view of my office. I actually created a few ads here for the first time ever. I've never created specific ads before, but I thought, I want to put some ads out there so that more people could start finding out about my finance tracker. And then the next one that's going to come out is going to be finding out more about my mentorship and my online community, because I want to invite other creators in to come be a part of the community, to be encouraged, to be challenged and held accountable and helped through the struggle of being a creative in this journey. And something I kind of wanted to talk about is the idea of dreams and pursuing dreams. I feel like we're in this generation, or this new, you know how most generations kind of have a rebellion against the past generation, history just kind of continues to repeat itself and rewrite. And I feel like, we live in the time when everybody says, pursue your passion, pursue your dreams, do the thing that makes you really happy. And I think that there's a lot of great, that's a great notion. The problem is, it's an easy statement, but the work behind it is actually complex, typically. And people don't hear that side of it. Chasing your dreams requires a lot of hard work, and a lot of people don't put that sentence alongside it. And so people, I think, have this illusion that they can go chase their dreams and it's all going to work out. But you gotta work really hard to make your dream come to life. And honestly, in the middle of it, you'll probably feel a lot of doubt, a lot of frustration, feel like you're just you don't even know if you love it anymore. That's part of the process too. And nobody really, people talk about that, but on the surface level, it's not very apparent that is the reality of what chasing your dreams actually looks like. And in a practical example for me to share with you, I had written on I have a little goal wall, and written on that wall, I had a 3-month goal, or maybe it was my 6-month goal, to launch More Than a Filmmaker, my online community for creators. And I've talked about this in one of my previous podcast episodes, I believe, but I had that written, and it took me over 2 years to actually finally launch it. And now that I've launched it, man, I am living my dream. But the reality in the midst of that is, because I spent so much time launching this, this is the hardest place that I've been in financially, in my entire career yet. And that's because I've taken a big sacrifice to making consistent income through freelance work, to put all the time and energy involved to create a whole platform to host online, like a community for creatives. And I'm very, very thankful that I've built that foundation. And I'm very thankful I put all that time in. And I'm so grateful for all the people who have joined me in the journey at the beginning of this community starting and forming. It's been such a gift. Like every time I get there and I'm in those live chats with them each week, I'm realizing, man, I am living my dream. The feelings I have surrounding those moments are, wow, this is hard. Wow, I'm burnt out. Wow, I'm like living the dream, but I'm also really tired, and I have some of those fears pop up, like, are they getting value out of the community? Like wondering all those questions, like, do they even want to be there? Are they enjoying it? And it's just so funny how you can fall into those traps of wanting that affirmation again and that validation, when like everyone from the outside can see, like, and if they hear me say the words, I'm living the dream, they don't see all of that other stuff. And I know you probably know all of this, but I just kind of wanted to talk about it today because I kind of wanted it to all be said more as an encouragement, not a discouragement, to go do the things that you want to do. I wanted to encourage you that, like, hey, if there's something you want to do, then go do it, but recognize the hard work that you're going to have to put behind that dream. And that's a good thing. Hard work feels really good to do. It feels good to have a purpose and to work towards something. It genuinely does. And that's also why, like, I think it's easier to work towards your dreams, and that's why people are promoting it so much nowadays in our culture, because you're passionate about something, and it's really easy to work towards something you're passionate about. So I think sometimes when people think they're pursuing their dream and they're just, like, only burnt out, they don't have a love for it, I think maybe because they may not realize what their actual purpose is in it. Like if the actual dream is only to make $30,000 a month because you just want to have so much money in the bank. There's yes, that's a purpose to be driven by, but the end purpose of that is not very fulfilling, you know? I mean, this is also me just pulling in some of my worldview, but I know that, like, if I started my online community and my goal was to make money so that I can just have income coming in floods, like, I don't know, to me the end goal of that doesn't leave me much meaning or satisfaction, and I think that's kind of a core human trait. The true satisfaction in that is seeing the smiles on the people's faces within the community when they accomplish a goal and they get celebrated for accomplishing that goal. The true meaning behind it is seeing somebody come in and have so much doubt in themselves and leave feeling confident about the gift that they have and what they get to go do with that gift and how they can share it, and to recognize and see for themselves finally what is actually true about them instead of all these lies that they've been believing about themselves for years. Like that is the satisfaction, that is the meaning, and the perk of it is potentially being able to financially support yourself by doing something that you're really passionate about. But in order for me to support myself financially, like, I've got to do the hard work and the business beside it, or behind it, and like put so much of myself in with not seeing much return for a long time. And that's like a whole different piece of it. That ultimately, if that was my only goal, I just know I wouldn't feel fulfilled, because the thing is, it's never enough. I think if there's one thing you can learn from all of the people in the world, I think, you know what, this is one way I really love to learn. I love to hear different themes that are repeated over and over and over and over again by so many, and actually believe them. And one of those themes in life is, I finally got it all. I finally achieved it all, and it's still not enough. You know, you hear top athletes, I've won I mean, this might be a lot. I'm just hypothetically putting it out there. I've won 13 Super Bowls, have more money in my life than I ever, have a family, have a house, have all the toys, and it's still not enough. Do you know how many times that's said? Like, by so many people in so many different areas. And so I think it's really important to learn something from that concept, that people who, in your eyes, may look like the most successful people, they're still chasing after something, and they still look back, and even if they're living the dream they once had, their dream has now changed to a new dream that's ahead of them instead of behind them. And it's really hard to sit and reflect and actually be grateful and thankful and celebrate the dream that has already been accomplished. And that's something that I've been trying to do very, very clearly for myself, is in this online community specifically. I'm just going to keep bringing up that example. Like, I can recognize that I've already accomplished my dream. I created it and had people willing to come jump in, be a part of a community, and support each other and support me and allow me to support them. The dream is already fulfilled. I've done it. Now, of course, I would love to see more and more and more creators get to experience this joy of being in community with one another. I would love to see it continue to unfold and blossom. And like, my big dreams from here on out is, hey, is there any possible way I can get these creators in the same physical location where we could like go on a retreat together? And after we've built all these months of building friendship with one another, if we could come together, like that's a new dream that I have. That's a new goal. Can I do it? Who knows? Will it require a lot of work? Yes. Yes. And I think something that's also really helpful is to recognize that your dreams can, it's possible that they can't happen. I don't know if I said that sentence right, but like, not all of your dreams can come true. But you can work hard. You can work dang hard to continue to see how much effort you can put into it to come true. I'm going to steal an idea from a video that I saw this week. And I feel so bad that I cannot remember his name because it was just a random video that popped up. I believe his name is Andrew. And he talks about this concept. So a lot of this are things that I've already been thinking about. And then he just reignited, like, yeah, I want to talk about this too. Okay, I'm sorry, there was a quick little cut in there because I lost my train of thought and wanted to bring it back for clarity. So, basically, I think this guy's name is Andrew, and he made this comment that he had set a goal for himself to be a YouTuber, to become a YouTuber, and he was going to pursue it for a year. And halfway through, he was just feeling really burnt out and discouraged, and he talked to his dad, and his dad was like, you know, it might not work out. Like, your dream might not work out. And that was really motivating for him, actually, because he's like, yeah, you're right. And instead of focusing so much on the results of what he was doing, that motivated him to focus on what he could control. And what could he control? He could control putting a video out once a week. He can continue to stay consistent with his part of the deal. And whether or not that was successful in the end is what it was. It might not work out, but it might. And that was a really great point that I wanted to pass on to you guys. And I wanted to share that with you because that's the thing, is in a creative world, especially nowadays, and this, if you're not a creative listening to this, this can branch out into other areas. But I think we've become so focused on the results and not what is actually in our control, which is showing up and doing the work to potentially pursue or accomplish that goal or that dream. And the more you show up and put in the work instead of get discouraged by the results of the work you're already doing, you might actually land somewhere that is where you wanted to be. And the key part is recognizing it, because you might end up at your actual dream, and because you're so much like chasing what's ahead of you, you forget that you made it. You did what the initial goal was. And that's just really cool. And a good thing to reflect on and take notice of and actually celebrate and have gratitude for. You know, I think coming back to the very first thing I was saying in this podcast, like, what a gift it is to just be alive. Sometimes it's good to just come back to the simple gratitude of the day. Like, I just encourage you to live a life with a little bit more contentment and satisfaction. And that's a choice, you know? to create a video, and regardless of the views or the results you get, like, to just be grateful for the fact that you had the resources, the ability, the creativity, the idea, the effort to have put a video together and put it out there. Like, there are so many things to be grateful for in that process. And yeah, of course, I want you to have the results that you want to see, but like, I just think like it's clear that there's a pandemic of depression and burnout and all of these things within creatives, and I think it's because our focus is just so much on the wrong things, and we're forgetting about the heart of gratitude and the heart of contentment and the heart of, hey, like, I actually can control these certain factors, and the things that I can control is putting the work in, having gratitude for it, enjoying the process. I can't control the results. You can do the best thing you can do to hopefully get good results, but results are results. You know, the thing is, like, you can be driving a car today, and I don't mean to instill any fear in this example, but you can be driving a car today, you can do everything perfectly, put your seatbelt on just right, drive the perfect speed limit, do all of the things exactly as you were supposed to, and a crazy event could happen, and somehow you get in an accident, and none of it was your fault. You did not lead to the results of a poor outcome. It just happened to you, and that's what happens in life sometimes. And sometimes you might not even put in so much hard work, and you catch a lucky break, and that feels awesome, but that's often not like the main reality that we live in. And so like I said, I wasn't giving that example to instill fear of like a random car accident, more of just like an encouragement that, you know, like, results are not a good driver. They motivate you real well when they're actually successful, but how do you actually have contentment in your day today, in the process, in the middle? The hardest part, the middle, it's by changing your focus and having a perspective of gratitude and, yeah, just seeing the good things and being proud of yourself for the work that you are putting in and all of those things. So anyway, I want to end this by saying that I am just an individual creator out here in the world. I'm not, like, none of the things that I say are backed by any research or backed by any, like, it's just backed by my own experience and my own daily living, and where I've actually found that peace and that joy and that contentment. And of course, like, I it's just such a part of my life. Like, so much more of that peace and that joy comes through the Lord, honestly, for me, of just recognizing that my Creator created me and gave me life and the ability to further that creation, and that's just a gift that I get to live every day. So I just can't deny that. It's really hard for me to speak about this without speaking about that, because it's something I deeply believe in. But anyway, I'm just human to human talking to you, not trying to be an expert on anything, just trying to encourage you for the day to maybe have a different perspective and to find some joy in the process of your day and the process of your creativity. And yeah. So, I think I'll just leave this podcast at that for today. There's so many more things I can talk about. But yeah, I don't want to ramble on. So, if you would like to join my online community, I would really, really love to have you there. I'm just like so thankful for that family. It's really become a family. And the joy of the different personalities that come on the live chats every week, it is just amazing. And getting to see truly the smiles on everyone's faces when they actually pursue and accomplish the things that they've been wanting to accomplish for so long. And the encouragement that I receive in return, and it's just like such a gift to be surrounded by other people pursuing goals. It really helps bring some of the motivation that you need, because when you see other people pushing forward and pushing through the struggles, it gives you more motivation to push through as well. And I don't know, I just think it's a really special place. Of course, I'm biased, but I would love for you to be a part of it if you would like to, or share it with a friend that you think might be interested in something like that. Cool. Well, thank you for listening to this podcast. I'm going to end saying how I started. I just hope you're doing well. I hope you're enjoying the day. I hope you're finding something to be grateful for. And yeah, I just appreciate you all. Thank you for listening to this. And I'll see you next time. All right. Bye, guys.